also understand there's so much violence right now. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. Absolutely.
I also believe most of the violence is going to take place outside of San Pedro. Like, I don't believe if anything shit does hit the ground, or shit hits the fan, I don't think it's going to happen where we are. You don't live in San Pedro because you want to be the thick of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If there's violence, it's going to be in downtown LA. It's going to be in
Orange County.
Right, or Beverly Hills, honestly, which is where all the protests have been getting really crazy. Right? But it's going to be near City Hall. It's going to be in, frankly, in places like I'm more worried about Houston.
Yeah.
Which, A, already has a murder rate higher than the LA County.
Right.
B, like, it's
everybody's
more...
armed.
Right. It's not a purple city. It's a red and blue city.
Right. Exactly. Right. I agree. I understand. And I mean, I would prefer. I prefer not to have one, but I also understand that in case something does happen, right? Like if we lived in the Hawkins neighborhood, I would say no.
Right. Well,
the conversation would be a little different, right?
Yeah, I mean, Long Beach had worse violence than Pedro. So, if you live in the Hawkins neighborhood and you were really going on, like, data for political violence, that's the Hawkins neighborhood. Strictly speaking, it'd be probably more dangerous than ours. Just saying, they had violence, like, a couple miles from their doorstep.
We've got violence a couple blocks from us.
Yeah, Robbie was terrified. We weren't terrified.
Oh, yeah, those.
Right,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that wasn't just downtown. Like, that made it all the way to, like,
okay,
Cherry.
so they're going to be different, and that's, I guess, something to also consider is the violence that I'm expecting is going to be white supremacy. Right.
Fair, and I think there's kind of a swelling of violence across the board, not just white supremacy, but also...
on both sides. Yeah.
Well, you're also having increased...
I just got rice up my nose.
I'm sorry about that. You're also having increased
I'll give you some.
economic disparity and increased economic depressions.
Right.
Which
right.
also increase violence.
Absolutely.
You're going to have, that's also what I'm worried about. It's not just the white supremacy, although believe me, that's on my mind.
Yeah.
But it's people in our neighborhood that are desperate. It's people that are
angry because of the situation.
Right.
Yes.
Because of COVID. Because of there's a lot of pressures, psychological pressures being put on an entire population, many of whom aren't capable of...
Oh, we're ripe for violence. I agree. You know what? You're right. You're right. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. Whether it happens in Pedro or not is another question. But the fact that it's going to happen is the first time in history, like our history of being a couple, that we can say that with relative certainty is enough to
prepare to defend ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, and again, the biggest priority, like now that we've made that decision, right? Biggest priority is keeping it under wraps, out of.
Well, that's the next
access.
thing. So now that we say, okay, if we say yes, we do need to purchase defense, I think we need to talk about what that looks like. I have strong feelings on the fact that I want you. I can do it with you. I've taken them, but I can always take another one. To take a significant...
CHL.
What's CHL?
Concealed gun license.
No, you can't do CHL in California.
Oh.
But you can still take significant gun safety classes.
Oh, I'm always down for education for gun safety. I'm always down. I'm happy to do it.
I also think we should determine a budget for it and get security cameras, and I'm going to fix that back gate, but I also want to upgrade. Teddy, breathe. I'm done with you whining. Breathe. Use your words and tell us what you want. You want more food, please? Say more food, please. Say more, please. No more whining at us. That's not how we talk. And you are getting too old for this crap. If you're going to be a big girl, you need to start acting like a big girl, Teddy.
Go, sweetie. It's not hot. It's not hot, sweetie. You can eat it. Come on. It's got chicken. It's got chicken in it. You want the chicken? You want your chocolate milk? Give it to me. Oh, you're going to eat it. You are going to eat it. Charlie, would you like another? Oh, you haven't finished yours yet. Yes. That's part of the chicken, sweetie.
So
you don't have to eat it if you don't want to eat the red guy.
Video cameras, I think we can get a smart alarm system for not too expensive nowadays. It's not the same as the old ADP days. These are all web-based, what have yous. And yeah, definitely I think biometric lock for the sidearm.
Yeah.
But I think the sidearm should be just a component of a comprehensive...
I agree. Because what's the point of having it if we don't know until it's too late?
Right, until someone's already in the room.
Right.
So you're also going to see your side tables. They're not by any means done yet, but it's going to break the surprise a little bit. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's a surprise right now. All right, Titters, you ready to get out? Charlie, I know you're ready to get out, Charles.
Charlie, are you ready? Are you just hashtag over it?
I am